everyone and welcome to my new video. Today we're gonna talk about killers. Last time when I published my guide for new players about how to play as a survivor, you asked me to make the similar guide but for killers. To say which killer should you play, which killers are the best choice for new players. So that's exactly what I'm doing today. First of all, guys, let me tell you one thing. No, maybe even two. The first thing, if you are new to this game, and if you are considering playing as a killer right away, please don't do that. First of all, you need to play as a survivor to understand the game, to learn the game, and I would say to learn the maps mostly. There are a lot of maps in this game, and you will need time to learn them all. That's for sure. I don't hide it from you. You will need not a day, not a week, but way more time for that. Besides maps, you will also need to learn the survivors' tactics. How do they hide? How do they loop the killer? How do they work together? How do they save each other? How do they body block? All this you will be able to learn as a survivor, and then all this knowledge you will be able to use when you will be playing as a killer, and it will help you. It will help you a lot, trust me. So watch and learn. Yeah, I know that it might sound boring, but in the beginning, take your time to learn and to watch other people playing. After the end of the game, when you are dead, which will happen often, don't leave the game directly. Stay in a spectator mode and watch your teammates playing. Watch and learn. It's very important. When you spend some time playing as a survivor, when you learn the basics of the game, when you know survivors' strategies, when you know how they play together, how they protect each other, not all the time, but it happens. When you see how they body block, for example, the killer to don't let him hook the survivor, or for example how they body block to don't let a survivor get a hit in the end game collapse, so injured survivor can escape, so they are taking basically a protection hit for their teammate. So when you see how all this works, then you'll be able to start your own journey as a killer. When you are ready to play as a killer, please take some more time and watch my previous video. It's called How to Play as a Survivor. You can see videos card on the right. If you watch it, you will learn what are blood points, how to spend them, what is a blood web, how to buy items there, what are offerings, what are perks. So some basic information. Of course, not everything is the same because killers are quite special, and don't worry, I will explain you all the missing details, but all the basic info, all the necessary info is included in my first guide, so please take your time and watch it. I think it will be helpful, even if you will be playing as a killer and not as a survivor. And now, when you are ready, it's time to pick a killer for you. Remember, I told you about two things. First thing was don't start playing as a killer directly. First play as a survivor. So here is the second thing. I'm gonna show you 3 killers, which are, in my opinion, good for the beginner to start with. But it doesn't mean that you must play any of these killers. It's just my opinion and my choice. If you feel better with any other killer, with the Huntress, for example, or with the Nurse, alright, that's fine for me, and I will be even happy for you and even proud of you, because those killers are very, extremely difficult to play. And even me, I don't dare play them because I'm so bad. I'm so bad with them. But if you manage to play them well, Okay, it's fine for me. Go for it. Still, I will recommend you 3 killers, and then you decide what to do. If you follow my recommendations or not, it's fine. Alright? And one more thing before we start. The killers I'll recommend you today, I picked not because of their perks, but because of their abilities and because of their difficulty level. If you want to talk about perks, if you want to hear my recommendations about best perks for killers, it will be in one of my next videos, well, hopefully. Today we will focus on abilities and just on a gameplay with a certain killer. Speaking of difficulty, look, when I talk about difficulty, here you see difficulty hard. When I was talking about the difficulty, I didn't mean this one. This difficulty is defined by the Dead by Daylight. It's not always the truth. It's just the opinion of the developers. And in my opinion, for example, the Nemesis is, well, he is quite difficult, but he doesn't deserve the difficulty hard. The first choice, the first killer I'll recommend you today is the Trapper. The Daddy Trapper, my favorite killer. As soon as you buy the basic version of the DBD, you already have the Trapper included in your account, so all you need to do is just to select him and to press play. Easy. Guys who watch my streams, they know how much do I love him. He's one of my favorite killers, even though he's free to play and I have all available killers. I, I can't stop playing him because he's fun for me. Yeah, he's not OP, he's not as strong as top tier killers, but still I like playing him, and it's exactly what counts. Your impression and your feelings about every specific killer. I like playing him, and I'll show you why. So here is the match with Daddy Trapper. First of all, let me tell you about his power. His special power is Bear Trap. So here you can see instructions how to set Bear Trap, how to reset a trap, and how to collect Bear Trap. There's all you need to do. All the rest is just the experience and the strategy. Where exactly will you set your bear traps? Because you can waste them for nothing, or you can turn them into a powerful weapon. First of all, you need to set traps on the pellets, like I did just now. Also, of course, you should set them on vault locations, like windows, for example. Also, it's very good to install them in the narrow path, like here. If you see the trap like that on the floor, just take it with you to be able to install it later, elsewhere. For example, on a pallet or on the window or in another location I just told you about. Don't forget that traps are spawned on the map automatically, and it's your job to place them where necessary. When survivors are running, they are leaving scratch marks. You see those red stains on the floor, on the walls, so always follow them to find a survivor. When you notice a generator being repaired, always break it. Don't let survivors get an advantage because of that. Because if they repair 5 generators, they will escape and you will lose. So you see a generator, break it. While you are chasing a survivor, don't forget to lead him into your traps. Well, sometimes you don't even need to do that. They are doing all by themselves. When you caught the survivor, just bring him to the hook. Easy. And don't forget, don't leave survivors on the ground, because their teammates can come and help them to recover and to run away. Also, don't forget to replace your traps. When somebody got caught into one of your traps, you better pick it up and replace it elsewhere. Because if survivors are intelligent, which is not always the case, they will avoid this trap next time. But if your trap is placed in a good location, for example, like on a window in the killer shack or on the pallet in the killer shack, just keep it there. Just reset it, so it will be ready to welcome new survivors. Sometimes survivors can get into a trap which is randomly placed, like this one. Anyway, after you cook your prey, just go back to that trap, pick it up and install it elsewhere. If somebody got caught into your trap, they can free themselves, so be sure to go there directly as soon as you see that somebody got caught. Also keep in mind that you will have to reset your traps regularly. I mean, even if you don't move your trap to another location, you will have to reset it. Like this, you should do it or after somebody got caught into it, or after somebody disarmed it. Your traps are highlighted in white, and it's visible only for you. Survivors don't see them in the same way as you do. So, or they see them when they come really close, or they can see them using a map. But for that, they need to have a map and they need to spend precious time. When you see an unfinished gen, like this one, break it first and then set a trap not far from it to catch the next survivor which will try to repair it. Sometimes you won't even need traps to catch survivors. Look, pellets also work just fine. And two last things about Daddy Trapper. You can set his traps to protect your hex totems, like this one, for example, or you can set them on the power switch of the exit gates, so you will be notified as soon as somebody will try to open the gate. My second pick for you is gonna be the Doctor. The Doctor is an awesome killer. Really fun to play. You can buy him just with your iridescent shards. You don't have to spend your Oryx cells or to buy a separate DLC. You can just unlock him with in-game currency, and it's nice, no? So now let me show you why do I like the Doctor and why do I recommend him to you. Now let's take a look at Doctor's power. So Doctor's power is called the Carter's Spark. Don't read all this and don't try to understand what is written because it will probably confuse you. All you need to know is that Doctor's special abilities are called Shock Therapy and Static Blast. Also, that Doctor can afflict Madness, Madness of Tier 1, Tier 2 or Tier 3. It grows over time. So in the beginning they start with the Madness of Tier 1, then Tier 2, and then it becomes Tier 3. And then they will have to snap out of it. Anyway, you will learn all this a bit later. Don't worry, just give yourself some time. I saw that somebody's working on that gen, so I'm going there. I'm using my Static Blast, and what do I see? Surprise! Claudette in the closet. Nice, isn't it? The Static Blast I just used, it's the second special ability of the Doctor. And it takes time to charge. Look, pay attention to the bottom left, you see? Now it's fully charged again, and I'm using it again. And boom, look. So now let's go upstairs and check what's going on there. And here is Bill, working on a gen, so I gave him a shock therapy this time. This time my Static Blast was still charging. Anyway, Static Blast, you better use it smart, you know? Don't waste it for nothing. And now, when you are in chase, better use your shock therapy, your first ability. You see? It reveals you the position of the survivor, and also you see that doctor, and here too. This is illusionary doctor, and it's a hallucination which survivors see. Survivors see it when they have madness. And what is good is that you see it as well, so you know exactly. When you see an illusionary doctor, you know that survivor is not far. When you are chasing a survivor, and when you see him approaching to a pallet, if you use your shock therapy at a good timing, look, like here, it can prevent survivor from dropping the pallet on your face. And it's actually good, but it's not always easy to guess and to catch the right timing. But it will come with an experience. And here we go again. Explosion Gen and Illusionary Doctor. So we know somebody is there in the shack. From time to time, survivors will scream. Heard? So it will give you a clue about a survivor's position. There she is. There was Meg. Don't forget to use your shock therapy, and of course a static blast when it's charged. You see, it will help you to find survivors and to catch them, and it's your goal, so go for it. Hello, Bill. And now it's time to show you my third suggestion. And it's gonna be the clown. The clown is a nice killer, not so difficult to play, but of course, he has some tactics which are difficult to master, I must say. But well, it's not the topic of this video anyway. As with the doctor, you can purchase him with your iridescent shards, which is good. Of course, you can unlock him using your excels. Of course, you can purchase him as a part of the DLC. But what for? If you can just use your in-game currency. I will show you some gameplay with this killer, and then it will be up to you to decide if you like him or not. Okay? So, the clown and his power, which is called the Afterpeace Tonic. Actually, he has not only Afterpeace Tonic, but also Afterpeace Antidote. And those are two different kind of bottles. Let's say clown is carrying bottles, and you can switch them, or you can switch to Afterpeace Tonic, or you can switch to Afterpeace Antidote. But you can't play both at the same time. So, or you switch to one, or you switch to the second, but you can do that while you are playing. It's easy to switch between Afterpeace Tonic and Antidote. You just press Ctrl. You tap the Ctrl if you want to swap your bottles, or you hold it to reload your bottles. To throw your bottles, you will use your right mouse click. It's not really easy to aim, but you will get used to it. As soon as you've got some time, don't forget to reload your bottles to always have all 4 bottles available. To don't be out of bottles during the chase. By the way, you can increase the amount of bottles you carry with you by using special add-ons. But well, this also you will learn it later. When you throw a bottle and when it's broken, you see there is a pink gas cloud. As soon as survivor is in contact with this cloud, he will scream and he will reveal his position to you. So it's perfect. By the way, he also becomes intoxicated and he moves not as fast as usual, so it will be easier for you to catch him. Yeah, Dwight, keep teabagging. Don't worry. You will pay for that later. Oh yeah, again. Look at this clown. You see, guys, we have two clowns in this game, actually. And voila. I told you. You will pay for that. Oh yeah, thank you for the show. That was an attempt to save Toxic Dwight with a firecracker, but well, unfortunately it didn't help. Dwight got what he deserved. Don't forget to throw your bottles not only in chase with a survivor, but also when somebody's on the hook, like here, for example. It will help you know that somebody is coming for the save. Did you hear that? Huh? Did you hear what I just heard? Look. Surprise! Lori in the locker. And? That was a really poor attempt of a head-on stun. Well. At least they tried. That was an attempt to blind me using a flashbang, but well, it didn't work because I'm using my Lightborn perk. And now it's time for another chase. Cuckoo! Cuckoonia. And now Noed is activated. Perfect timing because they don't know yet I have a Noed. Because they can know it only at the moment when I give a hit. But as I gave a hit to Nia before they finished repairing the last gen, Noed was not active. Now it is. So, wait for it. Voila! Surprise, Fengmin! Noed for you. You see, Toxic Dwight, he didn't even want to take any risk. He just escaped. Like a coward. Well, typical Dwight, anyway. And now another surprise. Look. Ah, who can get out? Nia. Yeah. And guess why? Because I have a Blood Warden. Another surprise. Blood Warden and Noed combo is perfect for punishing toxic survivors. That's it. Now, all you have to do is to pick one killer and to start playing. I hope that you will like one of these boys, and who knows, maybe one of them will become your favorite killer. So have fun in DBD, good luck, and don't forget to share your opinion in comments. See you next time. Bye bye.